Hello everyone, we're gonna start with conference number 21, Concentration and Relaxation. Concentration is the key to achieve any practice in the awakening of the conscience and to perform every task we undertake with completely effectiveness. So it's really important to develop this power through different exercises and practices that we are going to teach along the conference. So to have the concentration is to have the power to be fully focused in what you're doing, your attention centered in the instant, in living the present. It's really difficult for us because we are always thinking about the past, remembering what we did, thinking about the future, planning what we are going to do next. And so it's a little bit hard to achieve the power of focusing in the present, fully living the present with your inspiration flowing, just hearing your conscience and being guided by the power of your being, of the wisdom of your heart. So when you achieve the power of the concentration, the consequence is going to be the relaxation, that you're not being distracted by any negative thought, any negative emotion, any negative action that takes over your human machine. You're just going to be uh, fulfilling an objective that you have consciously. So we're going to learn how to develop this. The concentration is having the conscious center in the action that you're performing at the moment. As you can see in the picture, is when you're able to connect your lower emotional center that is at the height of your heart and the higher intellectual center that is where you find the pineal gland, the wisdom of your being. And here you find at the height of your heart, you find the wisdom of your being, when you are fully able to focus in the beatings of your heart, to be able to hear them, to be able to feel with your heart and live according to your conscience. You are going to develop the power of the concentration. So here I'm going to show you a picture about the 7 centers of our human machine working together simultaneously around one objective in order to achieve the power of the concentration. When the concentration is happening, all the energetical centers are vibrating around the center of our microcosmos, that is like the inner sun that we have in our physical body. It's at our lower intellectual hub, and it is called the atom nose. That is the atom of the wisdom of our being. When we stop our exercising our mind or our intellect, we are going to connect to the wisdom of our being that is being discovered in any instant that we live fully focused in hearing our heart. So here we find that we are going to be able to coordinate the motor hub, that is where we find the conscious will, and the lower emotional hub, that is where we find the fire of achieving every purpose that we have with the proper emotion and fully living the instant. Here we have that we are going to be able to coordinate our instinctive hub, that is where we find the waters of our microcosmos, to remember everything that we do consciously and be able to repeat it again and perfection it, and the power of the inspiration that is at the higher emotional hub, to do everything as it was brand new once and over again. And last of all, we're going to be able to succeed or have the right guess, coordinating the sexual hub, that is where we find the energy of our divine mother, our sexual creative energy, and the higher intellectual hub, where we find the universal cosmic wisdom of our being, our atmic center, where we find the power to connect to the wisdom or the light of our being. And, well, this is all going to vibrate together when we get to concentrate fully in what we are doing. So we're gonna talk about something really important, that is achieving both concentration in your external and the internal world. As you can see, the external world is only a reflection of your inner world, is only the consequence. So if you're focused in self-observing everything that happens in your microcosmos, you are able to see your negative thoughts and your negative feelings. You're going to be able to correct that and give the power to your conscience to allow you to make the right decisions, to express with the right words and the right actions, and to manifest through your physical body. So if you are concentrated all along the day, by the law of correspondence, at night you are going to be fully focused in what you're doing. You are going to awaken the wisdom of your being, not only in this third dimension, but also in the world of the dreams, that is the astral world. In the fifth dimension, you're going to be conscious as well of what you're doing. That's why you can come out of your body at night and ask the voice of your conscience what you want to know, all the mysteries of the existence, of how to eliminate your ego, of how to transcend your recurrences, of how to eliminate every psychological flaw that is stalking you and is not letting you move forward another level of being. So this is the power that is going to allow you to balance the seven centers of our human machine, and also to save the sexual creative energy that you have. This is the power that you find in your physical body, that you can use that sexual creative energy in order to build the existential bodies for your being, to have representation in all the dimensions of nature. But if you're wandering around, wasting your energy, you're not concentrated, well, you're not going to be able to save that energy. So we're gonna see that concentration is the opposite of distraction. Concentration is a faculty of our conscience, while distraction corresponds to the negative power of our ego that wants us to destroy and deplete our energy, not being able to create something transcendental. We are concentrated when we hold only one thought. That thought is our conscious objective. We know where we are going to. We are not wandering around, but we know the direction in which our conscience is pointing us to, and we do everything possible to achieve that conscious objective. When we hold full attention on something, we can achieve the inspiration. When you put all your energy, all the right mood around that objective, you can achieve that you're going to be really inspired about doing that, about fulfilling that project that you have. It's a conscious activity, and you're giving the importance to it that it deserves. For example, if you want to do the practice of the meditation, you have to give it the full importance that it deserves, not stopping that and going to prepare dinner or thinking about something else while you're meditating. No, you're going to have to give it the importance that it deserves in order to achieve the inspiration and be one with the power of meditation. And so you're going to achieve the success, succeeding in that objective that you have, that is, for instance, achieving the practice of meditation. So within the practicing of the self-observation, we find one practice in a specific that is going to help us to develop the power of the self-observation. It's called watch and pray, and what's taught by the Master Jesus. So to watch is doing things awaken, fully conscious of what you're doing, and to pray is to develop the desire to be the remembrance of oneself. And we are going to be focused in our heart, just feeling the beatings of our heart, and when a different voice or negative thought, emotion, or desire um, that corresponds to our ego manifest, we are going to summon the force of our Divine Mother in order to eliminate the defect that is shedding in our inner world. For example, you're listening to your heart, and in that moment, comes a feeling of anxiety that you are wanting to do something that you have postponed all along the week, a different work, a different task, uh, a duty of your house, and you're going to observe that anxiety that you're feeling in that moment, and you're going to ask the Divine Mother to eliminate that sensation from your inner world in order that you can achieve the relaxation and the concentration. So, Divine Mother, eliminate me this ego that is suffering because I didn't do the laundry. So, and you're going to be able to concentrate and to relax after doing that. So there are different techniques you can use to achieve concentration. That is doing thing by thing. For instance, if you're doing the practice of the meditation, you cannot do it simultaneously with the astral projection because you're not going to develop it consciously, and you're not going to be able to be focused around the activity that you're undertaking without thinking about anything else. If you're thinking about doing the chores of your house, you cannot do the meditation because you are not going to be able to concentrate in doing the intimate self reflection that you need to do without interrupting one thing to do the other. If you interrupt the practice of the meditation and go and do your laundry, well, you're not going to flow, you're not going to be able to stay focused and to achieve the objective from the beginning to the end. If you're thinking in other things simultaneously, well, you're not going to be giving the conscious importance to the instant, and you're going to be wandering around in your mind. So if you're remembering the past, you're not being able to extract the wisdom from the instant that you're living. So that's why you need to stay focused in what you're doing and give the importance that it deserves to every practice, to every action that you're performing at the present. So we need to start urgently to discover the egos in our daily activities. If you notice, we are doing different things simultaneously and we do them mechanically because we are not fully conscious of what we are doing at that moment. We answer the phone and immediately we are looking at the time and we are thinking about the duties that we need to perform for the future. So a lot of egos of anxiety, of hurrying up, of performing everything as fast as we can come out, and we need to self-observe our inner world and ask the Divine Mother to keep us focused in the objective that we want to undertake. So, what is relaxation? Relaxation is just the consequence of achieving the power of the concentration. When we become aware of any tension, of any distraction in our physical body, and stop depleting our energy, we are going to be able to save that sexual creative energy to the profound practices of the suprasex uh, and everything that is going to help us to awaken our conscience. We need to self-observe all the centers of our human machine to see where the tension comes from and ask the superior power of love that is our Divine Mother to eliminate that tension. For instance, you have a tension in your heart because you're remembering something with rancor and with a lot of hate. This comes from the distraction of your mind. Your lower intellectual brain is depleting energy through a process of intellect in which you are wasting that mental energy. So you beg your Divine Mother, eliminate me this ego of rancor, and you're gonna be able to forgive, to rescue that virtue, and continue living the present and relax. So also in order to achieve concentration and relaxation, we gotta know what is the source of our stress. We have a lot of wishes and emotions that have us always unsatisfied with the present. We are always wanting more and more. We want a house, we want a car, we want to travel, and we are completely unsatisfied with our present. So that stresses us up. We are really materialistic. We are always wanting to externally have more and more. The psychological songs, because we believe we are really perfect and people are evil to us, people mistreat us. We are the victims of unfortunate actions of destiny, the wrong psychological states like anxiety, like depression, like melancholy, the different thoughts we have, that we underestimate ourselves or overestimate ourselves, and those mental distractions don't let us focus in the moment. The concerns that we're really concerned about what people think about us, the internal thoughts, we are always thinking about what to answer, how to discuss, how to complain, how to react towards people criticism, towards people's opinions, the fight between the different egos. For example, one ego wants to sleep, but the other ego wants to wake up and watch TV and waste our time with things that don't matter to the conscience. So we're gonna see that stress occurs due to many reasons, many illusions of our intellectual brain. For instance, that we are doing something that we don't like. So we are despising the objective that we choose. We are afraid that something is badly done. That means that we are not confident enough to perform a task. We want to do something we like better. We are changing the objective. What we will do later has us worried. We are thinking about the future again. What we did before was not good. We are going to the past again. What we did before was very well done. We are going to the past and regretting that we are not doing the same as we did in the past. We don't know how to do what we are doing. Again, lack of confidence. And we are distracted by something. We are thinking about something simultaneously. We perform a task. So now we're gonna teach the practice of watch and pray step by step in order that you can perform it and develop the power of the concentration. So first of all, you need to do the belly link conjuration and magic circle. That is an energetical protection in order to be really focused and not being distracted by the negative forces of ego. So then you're going to do a plea for assistance of your Divine Father and your Divine Mother, the principles of wisdom and love, in order for them to guide the practice. Then you're going to do a process of relaxation in which you're going to make your entire body comfortable. You're going to be thinking about each part of your body and sleeping that part, telling that part to relax, listening to your heart and observing your inner world. You're going to feel the beatings of your heart and to self-observe what is going on in your mind, in your emotion, in your instinct, in your sex, and if something causes you distraction or tension, you're going to beg to your Divine Mother to eliminate that little detail that you observed. For instance, you're hearing your heart and a negative thought comes out and tells you to stop that, that you're not going to do anything with that. You're losing your time. You have things to do. So you eliminate that negative thought and you come back to the practice of watch and pray and to develop the concentration. And this practice can be done until you achieve the perfect concentration. That is, that you're going to feel your heart beating and your entire body is going to be beating as well. You're going to feel that all your body is centered in the action of watching and praying over your heart and the beatings of that heart. So this was the conference. Any question, any suggestion you have, I'm going to be listening. And thank you for watching and thank you for your time. Bye.